Learning to live detached. You don't need anyone. The idea of detachment can be a difficult one to grasp, particularly in a world where we are constantly bombarded with messages about the importance of relationships and connections with others. However, the truth is that learning to live detached can be an incredibly liberating and empowering experience. At its core, detachment simply means learning to let go of the things that we cannot control. This includes our attachment to other people, as well as our attachment to material possessions, thoughts, and emotions. By learning to detach, we can free ourselves from the burden of constantly trying to control our surroundings and instead focus on living in the present moment. One of the most important things to remember when learning to live detached is that you are complete and whole on your own. You don't need anyone else to make you happy or fulfilled. That power lies within you. By recognizing and embracing your own independence, you can learn to live life on your own terms and find true happiness and fulfillment. Of course, this doesn't mean that you should avoid relationships altogether. Rather, it means that you should approach them with a sense of detachment and a willingness to let go if necessary. By cultivating a sense of detachment in your relationships, you can avoid becoming overly dependent on others and maintain a healthy sense of independence. Ultimately, learning to live detached is about finding a balance between your own needs and desires and those of the people around you. By focusing on your own growth and well-being, you can become a more fulfilled and self-actualized individual, and that, in turn, will allow you to form deeper and more meaningful connections with the people in your life. In addition to cultivating a sense of detachment in your relationships, it can also be helpful to practice mindfulness and self-awareness. By staying present in the moment and tuning into your thoughts and emotions, you can become more attuned to your own needs and better equipped to manage any challenges that arise. Another key aspect of learning to live detached is letting go of the need for external validation. It can be tempting to seek validation from others, whether it's through social media likes or compliments from friends and family. However, this can create a cycle of dependency that ultimately detracts from your own sense of self-worth. By learning to validate yourself and recognize your own accomplishments, you can free yourself from the need for external validation and cultivate a stronger sense of self-confidence. Finally, it's important to remember that detachment is not the same as apathy or indifference. Rather, it is about learning to let go of the things that are outside of your control and embracing the things that are within your power to change. By practicing detachment, you can become more resilient and better equipped to handle the ups and downs of life. In conclusion, learning to live detached is an ongoing process that requires practice and self-reflection. By cultivating a sense of detachment in your relationships, practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, letting go of the need for external validation, and embracing a sense of resilience, you can learn to live life on your own terms and find true happiness and fulfillment. It's also important to note that learning to live detached doesn't mean that you have to be alone. Building and maintaining connections with others is still important for our overall well-being. However, when we are too attached to others, we may lose sight of our own needs and desires, which can lead to feelings of resentment, frustration, and disappointment. By cultivating a healthy sense of detachment, we can maintain our own sense of identity and happiness, while still enjoying the benefits of relationships with others. In order to develop detachment, it can be helpful to practice mindfulness and meditation. These practices can help us to become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, and to cultivate a sense of inner peace and calm. By practicing these techniques regularly, we can learn to let go of negative thoughts and emotions, and to develop a more positive outlook on life. Learning to live detached can be challenging, but it can also be incredibly rewarding. By embracing detachment, we can live life on our own terms, free from the burden of constantly trying to control our surroundings. We can find inner peace and happiness, and build deeper, more meaningful connections with others. With practice and persistence, anyone can learn to live detached and find true fulfillment in life. In conclusion, learning to live detached is about finding a healthy balance between our own needs and desires and our relationships with others. It's about letting go of the need to control everything around us, and embracing a sense of inner peace and resilience. By cultivating detachment, we can find true happiness and fulfillment, both within ourselves and in our relationships with others. If you're interested in learning more about detachment and how to practice it in your own life, there are many resources available, including books, articles, and mindfulness and meditation courses. With dedication and effort, you can learn to live a more detached, fulfilling life, and discover a greater sense of inner peace and happiness.